October 2018, a couple from Ohio had an open marriage. They enjoyed swinging, and it actually made their marriage better until one went missing. This is a story of Cheryl and Bill Coker. Hello, good morning. Oh, it has been one strange week, so I wasn't able to get this recorded early. So now, happy Veterans Day, everybody. It is November 11th, Saturday morning, and I'm so glad to finally have time to do episode 69. Still can't believe that this is. I'm so amazed that I have this many episodes. I am drinking Java Mama Sanderson Sisters Bed and Breakfast, and I think I may have had this earlier and explained it, but it is the cinnamon and sugar banana pancakes. So good. And that is coffee, not actual banana pancakes. But I mean, it's wonderful. You really get that great balance of cinnamon and sugar with bananas and pancakes. Java Mom is air roasted. It's clean and green, better for your gut. We also have fresh tea leaves, a lot of different selections, and hot cocoa. We just now started with the 12 days of Christmas, where you get, of course I ordered it, 12 days of mystery coffees, and then there's a little barcode, or not barcode, but the little code that you scan. I can't think of what that's called. You scan it and it will tell you what coffee it is. But they are 12 mystery coffees, so you don't know until you scan that. But I am really looking forward to my 12 days of Christmas coffees. And I do have a Facebook page where I do first tastes and explain what they taste like, how good they are, and I get on there and talk about, I'm going to do the 12 days of Christmas too on there. But that is a Facebook page called Kelli's Coffee and Tea Spot. That's the name of it. But I will leave the link to Java Mama in the show notes, just in case anybody wants to go on there and kind of just look around. Today I have a story that, again, I have not heard of, and it's just one of those that I don't know. This is the story of Cheryl and Bill Coker, and I don't know if anybody out there's heard about this. I mean, if I have heard about it, of course, I probably forgot. But I really don't think I did. But my sources are wickedness.net, people.com, chillingcrimes.com, and whio.com. And this is Cheryl Coker. She was born April 24th of 1972 in Dayton, Ohio. She graduated Stebbins High School in 1990, and then she worked for General Motors until they closed. And then after that, she went back to school and got an associate's degree in 2010, and she worked as a crash tech for NHTSA. It's National Highway Traffic Safety, which sounds like she really, really enjoyed that job. And she had other jobs in there too after her degree, but that was the one that she had that she really loved. And she had two daughters. She had one from a real short first marriage, and her name's Marissa. And then when she married Bill Coker, they had Michaela. Now, she married Bill Coker Jr. He's a junior. In 1988. Now, I was doing the math here. She's 2 years younger than me. And she had to have been 16 when she got married the second time. So I was checking my sources to find out if this was right. I'm like, this is her second marriage and she was 16. If it was in 1988. Because she was born in 1972. And I had to make sure it was 1988 because I didn't want to make sure that I didn't want to make a mistake and think it was 1998, but that's what it was. The first marriage was real short, produced the daughter, and I'm thinking it really did not last very long at all. Cheryl was fun and easy to talk to and loved to laugh. Bill, on the other hand, was more quiet and reserved, so they were kind of like the opposites attract kind of thing. Now, but Cheryl loved that Bill offered a stable home life because of the real short marriage she had before him. Was not stable, and she really liked that. No, I don't think I got Bill's. I forgot to check his age to see how old he was. I guess I should have done that. I didn't even think about it at the time when I was researching this, but they were involved in a lot of their daughter's activities and competitions, so they they were active in family activities, and the couple were into swinging, which Cheryl actually admitted it helped their marriage, but they had rules. There was no feelings to get involved. That would be very hard, I would think. I mean, feelings you can't control. That's just a natural thing. So it's like you can't have your feelings involved, and it's like, oh boy. And they also know who the other one is with, if you know what I'm talking about. So Cheryl's sister, Margie, reported Cheryl missing on October 2nd of 2018. And this was after their 15-year-old daughter, Michaela, contacted Margie saying she couldn't find her mom. The last time she saw her was when Cheryl took her to school. Now, I gotta make some adjustments here. I hope I'm not making noise in the mic. Excuse me. Cheryl had a Facebook login at 7:45 a.m. that day. This was October 2nd of 2018. So, her family used the Find My Phone app to find her, and it showed that her phone was a mile away. So they went to the area with the police, and Cheryl's car was there. It was locked, and it was parked by a strip mall in the parking lot next to a restaurant and grocery store. All of her belongings, purse and credit cards, were in the car. Belongings being just purse, credit cards, that she had taken with her. And that was all that was in there. She was not found. They found surveillance footage of her car. Now, she drove an SUV. And they found surveillance footage of her car driving into the parking lot that day. And again, that was October 2nd. So later that morning, it was driving into the parking lot. But they couldn't tell who was driving. Oh, I had to get a drink there. So they couldn't tell who was driving the car. So police called Bill and asked him to meet them in the parking lot. So he did, and he explained to them that they had an open marriage and that Cheryl was, quote, engaging in risky behavior before she disappeared. Okay. So at some time in their marriage, Cheryl had suspected Bill of cheating, and she told him to stop seeing other women. And she noticed that he was focused on one specific woman. Of course, he refused to stop seeing her. So she filed for divorce on September 21st of 2018. Now, this was September 21st she filed and went missing on October 2nd. A few days after she filed for divorce, Bill went to a family wedding in Orlando, Florida with their 15-year-old daughter, Michaela. Now, he also took someone else, his girlfriend. They came home on October 1st, and that was the day before Cheryl disappeared. And this was the girlfriend that he was seeing before. There was more footage found on Cheryl's car. A man dressed in black and wearing a hood was walking out of the lot. And then later that same man was walking in Cheryl's neighborhood. Someone had called 911 about it. So that's how they knew the time that it happened. Footage showed him walking along a fence line towards Cheryl and Bill's home. So footage had picked him up in that area. Bill also had a gash on his arm, I think it was above, right around the elbow area. And he told police that it had happened at work. after they asked about it. It was noticed on a grocery store surveillance on that day of October 2nd that there was a man walking that was wearing dark colored shirt, shorts, and shoes walking inside the store. So he had a dark colored shirt and everything, I guess the way I read it, shorts and shoes, meaning that it was all dark colored. So, I mean, I think we can all guess that this is very suspicious, right? So, I mean, if they saw him on surveillance in the store, but he had a hood on walking in the neighborhood, so I don't know. I didn't see the surveillance myself, so I can't really make that judgment. I wish I could have. But during their investigation, police found out that Cheryl was trying for custody of Michaela and spousal support. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know if that's alimony. I'm not sure exactly what the spousal support entailed. On September 24th, now this was 3 days after Cheryl filed for divorce, Bill sent Cheryl a text message. Quote, it said, quote, "Thanks for putting the nail in my coffin." So that, excuse me, that same day, Cheryl sent out a text message to a coworker. Quote, "I will be in tomorrow if I'm not dead." Now that was in September. So when I first read that, I thought it was the day she went missing, but no, it wasn't. 18 months later, now this is April 2020, about a 15-minute drive from Cheryl's house, her remains were found by a mushroom hunter. It was in an area off Waynesville Jamestown Road, and her remains were near complete skeletization, and so because of that, the cause of death was not determined. It was just they just ruled it related to foul play. That just kills me, because I thought, even if it's the skeleton, sometimes you can tell if there's injuries to the bones, but it sounds like there wasn't any. Bill is a suspect. He maintains his innocence. He has not been charged in Cheryl's death. Oh my gosh. And I did not know that until I was researching and I got to the end of it. And I'm like, no. So anybody has any info for this, Riverside, Ohio police, please call area code 937-233-1801. Or you can go to the website police at the at sign Riverside OH. So it's police at riversideoh.gov. G-O-V. So that's how, if anybody has any information in this, and I know this is a long shot because I know my podcast is not well known, but I will put this in the show notes, and I will put something up on my Instagram and X, which is formerly Twitter, and because I want to see if I did not check to see if there's like a flyer online that I could post. I'm going to have to look and see if there is, because I want to get this out. Oh my gosh. I'm really surprised. I mean, her remains were found in 2020, over 3 years ago, and he's still not a suspect. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how. I know investigations are tough. And I know people have gone to trial with circumstantial evidence. And I'm surprised that they have not had enough of that evidence to take him to trial or arrest him or charge him. But anyway, like I said, I don't know exactly how the law works like that. That's always interested me. And when I was younger, and now I kind of wish I would have went into that kind of thing after high school. But of course, at the time, I was young and I didn't have any interest in anything. But because that's really something to me, that he is still not charged. But, of course, there's no proof except surveillance. Now, that was a little bit of a short one, and I thought it would be. When you do podcasts on your own, it is very short, as you can tell. So, I have no ads. I have, and if I had ads, I would do them at the very beginning, but nothing else has been going on lately. I have not caught anything new on any of the streaming channels. I also have Showtime, and I like Max because I got HBO with it, but I have not seen anything new. We are starting the Hallmark Christmas movies. I know people say it's too early, but I love Hallmark Christmas movies. Some are okay, but other ones really get my attention. And I started watching one yesterday, but then we left to go eat, and so I only saw like the first part of it, and it was called Everything Christmas. And it was on last night and prime time. So right after it started, it really looked very interesting, to me. And but I'll have to catch it on the repeat of it. But I like it because it was like two young friends, women, went on a trip, and one did not want to go and the other one did. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this Thelma and Louise? And then I got to thinking, they should make one like that. A Hallmark Christmas movie. Like Thelma and Louise. Of course, don't make it with any killing or nothing, but, kind of like change it up. But the same premise with, because at the beginning, that's what I was thinking this was. But then the car broke down, and then, of course, a guy came up to help him that looked like Santa. So, and then it was like, anyway, after that, I kind of didn't get to see the rest of it because I had to get ready to go out. But we went and ate, and then I spent some time with my sister last night. So we stopped and saw her, and went out for drinks and a couple drinks and had some pizza. But it was just a nice night out for us. And I'm doing better. I've been having some trouble this week. Mental issues. I don't want to say mental issues, but past trauma coming back. And I don't want to get into all that. But I don't know if anybody out there knows this, but I'm sure you do. When past trauma comes back and triggers you, sometimes we don't know what it is. And I'm just now realizing what this past trauma is. And when somebody does something to you and it brings it back, you can seriously have a breakdown. But I am getting help for that, and hoping that the harassment will stop that's going on with me. And so I just wanted to say I am back. I tried not to take too much of a break because I love doing my podcast. And anybody out there knows mental issues is, and I want to thank Mark from Death Do Us Part podcast. I want to shout him out because he makes some very good quotes on his Instagram. Their Instagram is DDUP. That's Death Do Us Part. And he does a lot of good quotes and inspirational posts on their Instagram. And I really appreciate it. And they're one of my favorites. Him and his wife, Jamie. They're here from Illinois, too. And I'm really happy when I read his quotes, so it really makes me feel better. So I'm also still listening to Crime Curious. One of Crime Curious, of course, Going West, True Crime Couple, and Book of the Dead. I also want to shout out Brutal Boozy Bazaar. Is that Brutal Boozy Bazaar? I think that's the right order, because I love their stories, and of course, True Crime B&B. Love, Marry, Kill. Love, Marry, Kill. I want to thank you so much to them for their messages to me on Instagram. Love, Marry, Kill. Look them up. That's a good one. I'm surprised this story. I don't know if they've done this story I just did or not, but this would be a good one for them. So anyway, I just want to do some shout outs to my friends out there in the podcast world. And if I forgot anybody, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to forget anybody because I love all of the podcasts I listen to. They're just wonderful. Oh, Evil Pudding. I forget. I got to go back and listen to some Evil Pudding. That's another good one. Highly recommended. So, like I said, there's so many I forget, but thank you to everybody for your support. Thank you for supporting me. And if you cannot support me on Patreon or Spotify subscription, you can help by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or rating my podcast on Spotify by the stars. And whatever podcast app you listen to, the ratings do help. Reviews help. And I'm on Patreon and Spotify subscription. They're both $5 a month. And I do 3 bonus episodes a month. And if I can, I get some of these out early, but I didn't get to do that this time because I'm going to go ahead and upload this. I usually upload my episodes on Friday or Saturday. So if I could get it recorded earlier in the week, I go ahead and upload it on my Patreon for early access. But that didn't happen this week. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Happy Veterans Day to all of the veterans out there. All of the veterans. And have a wonderful week. We've got 2 weeks till Thanksgiving. And have a wonderful week, everybody. I will see you next time.